So far on this channel, we've had lots of good stories, inspirational stories, that I hope will help all of you in your lives. But today, we're going to start to do something a little different. Every once in a while, I want to have conversations about the real truth of the world, the real emes of the world. Emes is the Hebrew word for truth. So today's discussion is going to be about physical appearance. So at some point in our lives, we've all been attracted to somebody. We found someone physically attractive. We found them handsome, pretty, good looking. And especially when you're younger, when you're in your teenage years, in your 20s, 30s, but even other stages of life, it can be very hard to separate someone's looks from who they are on the inside. Oftentimes we get so caught up in how someone looks that we base whether we talk to them just on how they look. We don't always necessarily give them a chance for who they are as a person. Now, when it comes to marriage, of course, and long-term commitment to a partner, you of course want to be with someone that you're attracted to, but that's for a different conversation. Right now we're just talking about, friendship and life in general. And it's really important that we treat everybody with kindness, no matter what they look like. And it's really important that we recognize that it's normal to be attracted to people. It's normal, if you're a male, to say, or to think in your head, that girl's pretty. Or if you're a girl, to think that boy is handsome. That's normal. And that's nothing to be ashamed of. It's not our thoughts that define us. It's our actions. And sometimes in life, we might see someone who's, let's say, really pretty, and we want to talk to them because of that. But then we find out that they're not the nicest person. And then there's someone who we don't think is so pretty, but we see that they're a really nice person. Sometimes, maybe even a lot of the time, we often go to the person who's good looking as opposed to the person who has the kind soul, the kind neshama. This has been a challenge since the beginning of time. And it's only getting harder with social media and all the outlets that people have nowadays. My hope for everyone in the world is that they can recognize, they can come to the realization, the true emes, the real truth, that in the end, it doesn't matter so much how you look. Like, yes, you should have good hygiene and take care of yourself, and sometimes it's nice to get dressed up and look fancy. Sometimes it's a very nice thing. But the real emes is how someone acts, who they are. So the question that people then raise is, well, okay, so I understand that I should be talking to people that are really good, kind-hearted people. But how do I get myself to do that? How do I separate the physicality from the spirituality? And that's the really hard thing to do, right? It's one thing to say it, but it's another thing to really do it. So if you take a moment and you take a seat, or wherever you are, whether it's on your couch or on a chair, and you really think about your life, and you really think about where you want to be tomorrow, 5 years down the road, 20 years down the road, what you want your outlook of your life to be. What types of people are going to be in your life? What kind of life are you going to make for yourself? What decisions are you going to do that are going to impact not only you, but many other people? And who are going to be the people that are going to be there for you, especially in the hard times? Right? It's easy to be there in the fun times and the good times. But what about when the times get hard? When you're young, it's so easy just to see someone that's handsome or pretty and think, this is so wonderful, it's so amazing. But the older you get, you realize, yes, that's nice, and it's God's beautiful creation, but everyone is God's beautiful creation. And for the most part, you can't really change our looks. People can put on makeup, someone could gain weight or lose weight, wear different types of clothing, but for the most part, you can't really change how you look. But you can decide how you act. You can decide to be a person who does good things. And ultimately, in the long run, even if it doesn't feel like it in this moment, that will pay off. And people who you might not have thought were so-called pretty, those people actually become beautiful. And that's what we all need to strive to be, to become beautiful people to the best of our ability every single day. So don't look at someone who's pretty or handsome and be so impressed. Look past that to who the person really is on the inside. And connect to your inner self and be the best person that you can be, so that when others see you, you can set an example and truly change the world for the better.